Hey everybody, this is episode 8. We've had a lot of things happen between episode 7 and episode 8. Episode 7 was just a little tiny clip of me getting to Salt Lake and getting ready for a transplant. So I was on the list less than 2 months, which is unheard of. And my coordinator said, let's keep that on the down low because that never happens. We don't want to get people too excited. So the average wait time for my blood type, which is AB positive, is 9 months. And it's a rare blood type, and so it usually has a short wait list because the pool is smaller of individuals who need that type of kidney. So when one comes available, it's easier and faster to find someone who needs that blood type. So on August 19th, I believe, at about 8:30 at night, I got a call from the surgeon's nurse, and she said, "We have a good kidney for you, and we need you here by 9 in the morning in Salt Lake." And I live 5 hours away from Salt Lake driving, and so I headed out, and by 1:30 the next day, which was a Monday, I was in surgery. The surgery went great. The incision on my belly is about 7 or 8 inches long, but it's very pretty. They didn't have to use staples on me. They just glued the top shut, and so it's just a nice straight line, and everything went really well. Recovered in ICU for a day, and then was in the surgery recovery for four more days. I think I was in the hospital a total of 5 days. I was released on Saturday about noonish, a little after noon, and some of the protocol is that you have to stay in the Salt Lake area for 4 weeks after your surgery. Well, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks. And so my sister, who is awesome, has an apartment down there in Salt Lake, and I was able to stay at her apartment, and my parents stayed with me there. My husband came up on the weekends with my kids. We had it all planned out that when they called, he would stay home with the girls, and his parents would come up while I was away to stay with him for a couple weeks. And that was a pretty good plan because my kids started school the next week, so I wasn't able to be here for that, so it worked out. But I had big plans to do videos for YouTube while I was in the hospital and go through each day and whatnot, but you know what? You just feel kind of crappy those first 5-10 days, and so I didn't really feel like doing a video, but I'll tell you about it a little bit. So in Salt Lake at University of Utah, they have a transplant team, and it's a combination of surgeons and nurses and coordinators, pharmacists, nephrologists, residents, students, just a big team of people that look at your case, watch your history, make decisions on your behalf, and this kidney works really well, and they have made some good decisions on my behalf. The first 2 days after surgery, they were a little concerned because it was not perfusing and moving everything through my body very fast. They were kind of afraid I was going to reject it, just knowing my body in general because of the lupus, for one thing. But by the end of the second day, my creatinine started coming down. When I got to the hospital, it was at 5.5, and still doing the dialysis. And when I left on Saturday, it was at 1.2, and this week, which is 5 weeks after my surgery, it was at 0.7. So this kidney is rocking and doing very well. And yeah, I'm feeling really good. As you can tell, I'm walking on my treadmill. I decided that my body was good enough, healthy enough to be able to do that today. It's my first day of, I've walked quite a bit outside, but it's my first day of actually doing, a set routine of exercises. And so, because, I have to tell you one reason, I've gained 18 pounds since the day I was released from the hospital. So for me, that's a good thing, because I left the hospital at 92 pounds, which I'm 5'3". I need to be about 110. So that's been great. Now I just have to make sure I stay fit and keep this kidney healthy. But down in Salt Lake, what happens after the surgery, after you get released from the hospital, I do labs twice a week, Monday, Thursday. They watch the levels of my blood for the tacro, which is the tacrolimus, the prograph, hecoria, whichever name they put you on. But it has to be a certain level in your blood. And my concern for me, and the doctors were very aware of it and very good at being concerned about it, but still decided to put me on the tacrolimus, is that last time I was on it, my body had crashed and had developed the hemolytic anemia and whatnot. I hadn't even got to that story yet on my YouTube videos when before the transplant. So I'll have to tell that flare. That was my 4th flare, so I'll have to tell that one next time. But anyway, down in Salt Lake, you do 2 labs a week, Monday, Thursday, and then an appointment on Tuesdays, and then sometimes I would have an appointment on Wednesdays with the surgeons. So pretty much every day you have to go to the hospital, and that's the reason they like you in Salt Lake for at least 3 to 4 weeks after the operation. And then when I came back to Boise, I still do labs Monday, Thursday at my local hospital, and I've met with my local nephrologist. I'm not technically under his care yet, but he's very involved with the Salt Lake nephrologist and gets all my labs and is keeping up with everything like that. So the first month I was on about 8 different medications right out of the hospital, and then 4 of those drop off after the first month. So right now I'm really only on I'm on my normal blood pressure meds still, but my blood pressure has come down with the kidney, and I'm sure it will come down even more the less prednisone I'm on. And so right now I'm on 10 milligrams of prednisone, the hecoria, which is the prograph, my Foric, which is Celcept, and then 2 blood pressure meds. And that's pretty much it. I have to take fish oil and magnesium because those were low right out of the get-go. And the funny part is, the week after you get the kidney, all of a sudden your phosphorus is low and your potassium is low in your blood because you've avoided it for so long on dialysis that you have to eat a ton of phosphorus and potassium the first week. A lot of dairy, stuff you haven't eaten for a year or 2 or 3. And so it's very interesting, eating all these foods that you haven't for a long time. But Anyway, they put me on the fish oil because all of a sudden my cholesterol like skyrocketed, and they want to keep that under control. But it's been a great experience. I was ready for it. They called and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And you know, when you're on dialysis, sometimes you think, well, it can't get any worse. So what is there to get better? And a transplant is definitely one of those things that makes it better. It gives you a little more hope. And I'm still not like up to par. I've heard stories where people just, jump right up and have so much energy and can do all these things, and I'm not there yet. I still have to take a nap during the day, and the prednisone kind of keeps me up at night sometimes, so I'm taking a little bit of a sleep aid at night that I'm trying to wean myself off of as prednisone goes down, which they're lowering my prednisone about 5 milligrams every 2 weeks, and they'll probably go 2.5 the next couple, but I'm hoping to get down to 5 or even 2.5 eventually, which would be nice. So I kind of threw a lot of information at you all at once today. I know there's more to tell, but it's kind of a long video, and I'll keep doing some more videos to let you know how I'm doing with this new kidney, and to go over my third and fourth flares since we missed those unexpectedly with my quick transplant. So I will sign off for today, but get back on soon. Thanks.